I'm Amulya. I have almost 7 years of corporate experience, and then I took the leap of faith, quit my stable job to start something really crazy, something out of my comfort zone again. So I'm one of the co-founders in a chain of skin and hair clinics. So I head business and marketing for Cosmediq. We have a clinic here in Hofam as well. And I have a team of doctors who run the show, and I work at the background basically to keep the show going. So I chose networking because I had to choose it the hard way. I've always been an introvert, but then in business you can't stay that way. So now that's what I want to focus on, at least in the next 1 year. I want to build my connects and put myself a little more out there. And the quote I've chosen is, success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. I completely, truly resonate with this. I was almost one of the last members to pick it up, so I didn't know if there would be a quote for me, but I think this is the one. So the reason I'm saying this is, when I started my job, right, whatever could go wrong, when I started my business, whatever could go wrong went wrong for me. I had not anticipated the kind of challenges that were in store for me. But then there were like a lot of phases where I felt the lowest in my career. But then I learned to reset myself. I've learned to trust the process and put in my efforts and show up every day, be it small efforts that I am able to manage in the day. And now, after 2 years, I've been seeing the results of all the efforts I put along these 2 years. So yeah, this is the code for me.
Do it like the flow and join the bandwagon of sorts. I followed like the mainstream path for most of my journey. Most of it she's already talked about. So my dad used to transfer almost every year, and so my schooling was a bit all over the place, where I shifted multiple boards, I had to shift schools, I got bullied, all of that. So I was always this underconfident person because of all the experiences that I had. Traveling so much could either make you completely extroverted or like an introverted, self-doubting person like me. But I never used to like being in the limelight, being like at the center of things, because my sister was doing extremely well, and she was like the person that the family had pinned hopes on, and I was like this very thin, frail kid who no one had any expectations from. And surprisingly well, I did surprisingly well in inter. Anyone who interacts with me never expects that out of me, because the day I gave my MSET exam too, so all the kids were like immediately going back and checking the answers and seeing how many they got right. But I tried to like avoid any such discussions post that exam, and so people were pegging me for that 10k 20k wala rank person. But then I did surprisingly well. I wanted to join EC because everybody around me was talking about it. I never was that person who researched a lot and took a like very confident decision about anything. Everybody wanted to do it, and that's why I ended up like wanting to do EC. I was more pegged towards the branch over like the college. I got much better colleges, but then because I was so keen on EC, I took up like engineering in JNTU, which is a decent college, but in hindsight that was probably one of the wrong decisions. So I hated engineering. I didn't enjoy. Of course I enjoyed engineering and all the no, not that.
I thought you were enjoying.
I enjoyed every minute of engineering, but I hated engineering, or I never saw myself as an engineer. Post that, there were like just two options at the end, right? I was probably a frog in the well who surprisingly took the right choices, but then I didn't have like a lot of options before me. When it was post 10th, I was just told, do you want to become an engineer or a doctor? And I saw my sister becoming a doctor and the grade she was going through, so I went with engineering. And during engineering, I was asked if you want to do a job or CAT or G. And I surprised myself when I was doing well, even in engineering. They were like, for the first time in my life, they were like a few of them who had hopes on me, and that they were expecting me to do well there. And I did okay-ish. In the first attempt, I scored 95 percentile. It was neither here nor there. I couldn't like get into a good college, but then I did get a few calls, and so that made me passionate about something for the first time. Actually, I really wanted to crack that because I somehow thought there was something in it for me. And the second attempt I did like extremely bad, and then I cracked CAT in the third attempt, and I cleared the IIM Cal, and there too I was lost for the first term because I didn't know what to expect out of it, and I was used to like this lazy attitude where you don't really study before the day of the exam and just be like very laid back about it. But I understood that kind of an attitude would not fly at an IIM. So I did like extremely bad in my first term, extremely bad that I had to like get some special classes, I had to attend those, and they were seniors who kind of pestered me to get to know about my grades, and then they mocked how I had done. So that was like a really down point for me, because I always had the circle around me. I have always had this comfort zone. So the first time in IIM, I felt a bit lost. I was going through a lot personally as well, in the family, and then the additional burden of just surviving in an IIM. But I took that up as a challenge. I mean, I got, just to like talk in numbers, I got 5 out of 9 as the CGPA in the first term. And I kept like building myself up from there. The second term I got 6.8, then 7.2, then 8. I was actually the institute topper in one of the semesters.
Wow.
So I was really proud of how much I had achieved at IIM. I had one of the very strong profiles back then. I used to do very well in GDs, and I got like a good placement in my summers too. And that's why I got interested in marketing. That was a wrong decision I took. I did take like a lot of wrong decisions. So I was keen on marketing, and I really wanted to try for that. And so I rejected a lot of companies on the way. I mean, I was eligible for pre-placements, but I didn't sit for any of that, because then I wouldn't be able to pursue marketing anymore. And I had a lot of calls. In fact, I had so many calls that I couldn't do well that day. It's just a day, right? Just a single day. I did like 2 years, right? But then that one day of placement, somehow it didn't go. I switched gears and moved to EdTech. So I was working at Upgrad and then Springboard. Both of these are strong EdTech players. I was in EdTech for almost 7 years, and that's when, like, in the middle of all of this, I got married. I had the kid. I was working in US shifts, which was 3 to 12, and then I was also like
3 p.m. to 12 a.m.
3 p.m. to 12 a.m. and then I'm a person who can't sleep immediately after switching off. I need to like watch TV, and I would like be to bed only by 2 p.m. and then at the same time my kid was less than 2 and I was feeding her. I rejoined my career when she was just 6 months old, and I continued working till she was 2. And she was like a very light sleeper. I would have no sleep at night, and a lot of imposter syndrome where I was questioning that even if I had to, like, I was a person who would talk confidently in front of an audience. Even at MBA, I addressed like the entire class, big classrooms and big stages. But post pregnancy and post all of this chaos, because of the night shift, because of lack of sleep, I was literally questioning every I used to think I'm a fraud, and I was questioning everything that I was doing. Even for like a 2-minute thing that I had to, 2 sentences thing that I had to talk in like a update meeting, I would like voice it out and prepare, because I used to feel that I'll stumble during the meeting. So I went to like that was almost one of the lowest points of my career. And at that point, I never enjoyed corporate per se. I was part of multiple, but I never had fun working there. So that's when my husband is an entrepreneur, my sister, my father, all of them have moved from jobs to entrepreneurship, and I've seen them how they are very passionate about something they do, how they have time, how they can control time and have it in their own hands. So I wanted that for me, especially with the kids. So my motivation to get into entrepreneurship was to have control of my time and be able to decide how much effort I want to put at different points of time. Like, I want to have that flexibility for my kid. So at 2 years, I strongly wanted to get out of corporate and try something on my own. And I was looking at a lot of franchisees, because I didn't have the confidence to build a brand from scratch. I want to maybe start off small and then get that experience and try something at a larger scale. So I was looking at a lot of franchisees, and parallelly my sister and her husband had started Cosmediq in 2020. So they reached out to me and said, "Hey, why don't we are thinking about expanding to Bangalore, and why don't you, partner with us?" So that's how it happened. I mean, initially, like when they first proposed this to me, I was like, "Are you even kidding me? And a skin clinic, I have every skin and hair issue that's there in the book. How can I start one? That'll be like the craziest thing ever." But then I did a lot of due diligence. I researched about the space. I understood if there's something that I can contribute, because me coming from like a strategy or a management background, I didn't know if I can actually make any difference in the space. So I did a lot of research and I like went with it. And my husband has been like the biggest support system ever. Point of like starting something was because I wanted time in my hands for my kid, and it was just the other way around. Where here it was, I would like start at 8 o'clock, not wrap up till 10. There were some days where I didn't even look at her face, because I didn't realize how much of an effort it would be to even start something as small as a store. Just like drain the energy out of me, drain the life out of me. But summer we launched, and then there's Murphy's Law, right? What goes wrong will go wrong. So that's how it was for me. I had not signed up for any of this. I had not anticipated this, probably because of the lack of experience. That like in a simple thing like a clinic, that so many things could go wrong, and it did for me. Right from like cleaning up the space to working at the reception to just strategizing and working at the bigger picture. So I did it all at Cosmediq, and it's been a year and a half now, and we did struggle until we launched in May of last year, and we did struggle until December of last year. And December is when and I would not blame myself too, because I had too many things on my plate, too many things that I had to manage without a lot of support. And that's when actually my husband again stepped in, and he kind of helped me navigate the situation better, and he helped me set up a lot of marketing processes in place. And that was the turning point for me. From December, now if I compare like the revenues I did in like the initial months versus now, we've scaled 3 times in revenue.
Wow.
We've scaled.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We've scaled. We've done, we are attracting almost 170 odd new clients to the clinic every month, and we serve close to 500 people every month. Nuke the soul.
It's a good one.
I have the thing that makes me the proudest is I have 17 people on my payroll personally, plus the clinic.
Wow.
So it feels like I'm able to, in my own level, right? I'm probably not looking at like making a difference to like a bigger community, but then at least I have 17 people for whom I'm making.
No, it's
some
not
sort of
17
difference.
people, it's 17 families.
70 families for whom I'm making at least my a small difference, right? So I'm very proud of my journey and how far I've come. I know the road is much longer. I still don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I have those days as well. But then I'm excited. I know that I'm hooked with entrepreneurship. I'm not sure if skin clinics are what I want to do forever. But I'm hooked with entrepreneurship. I'm exploring a few other streams where I could be a part of. I want to return the favor now to my husband, because he supported me when I needed it the most. He has something going on of his own. I want to see if I can help him out with that. And I don't know where it will take me, but then I'm glad I took that step of, for me, the hardest decision I've taken is to quit corporate and just jump into a stream that I have no idea about. So, let's see how it goes.
Amazing. Awesome.